Hey guys, we're back again. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you're liking and subscribing to these videos, to this channel. We'll do some more of these. We'll have some fun. We'll talk about some cards that maybe you've never heard of, but maybe some errors that you have heard of. Today we're going to talk about probably the most famous error card of all time, at least in recent history. If you are watching this video, you probably already know what that card is. That is the 1989 Fleer Billy Ripken number 616, or Bill Ripken as it's posted on the card. He is a brother of some famous baseball player. Oh yeah, Cal Ripken. Of course, everyone's heard of him. Ripken family is like baseball royalty. And Bill Ripken did okay. He was played on the Orioles. He's like an announcer now. And this card is shrouded in mystery. Not so much why it's pictured like it is, but how many variations and what these variations mean. So we're going to dive right into that. I don't have all the stories, and I don't want to waste your time and my time talking about all the different stories and rumors and everything. Well, Bill Ripken has recently come clean and said, hey, I had this card, this bat, and in order to easily identify it, because you reach in and pull it out, he wrote an expletive on it, F face. So, and when he pulled out this bat and posed for his baseball card, he grabbed that bat by mistake, and click, and then they put the Fleer put the picture on a card, and it's immortalized as one of the biggest, most famous cards of all time. Kind of worth some money, not like a whole ton of money, but this is called the F-face bat, or the expletive bat, or the Rick face, because people think it looks actually like Rick, but we know what's going on there. And some people think that, oh, it was a Fleer employee, or some people say that Bill Ripken did it on purpose just to stick it to the man, whatever. But he says it was a mistake. Who cares? It's kind of a fun thing. It came out. Kids were pulling these F words clear as day out of packs. Fleer was freaking out. They said, we need to fix this. They started coming out with corrections. And they came out with several different corrections. That was the problem there. So here's the original one. Clear as day, has the expletive down there. He's smiling. It's right side up. It's pretty easy to see. So they got the second version of this, and the least valuable, the black box version. It looks like they took a little piece of electrical tape and put over it, and that is the most popular one, or most common one I should say, and it is found in like the complete sets. They also came out with the black scribble. It just looks like they took a Sharpie and scribbled it out. Kind of rough looking, but it definitely does the job, and that's worth a little bit more than the black box, but not as much as the original F-face. Then you have the white scribble, where they took, looks like they took like a white Sharpie or a white paintbrush, whatever, and covered up the words, and you can definitely see that there's something under it, but it does the job as well. That's a pretty popular, pretty valuable one. The most valuable one is going to be the white airbrush, or also called the whiteout version of it, where they just took the whole bottom of the bat and covered it with white. It looks like they took like actual whiteout, which is what some people think they did, or it looks like they just took like some like white airbrush from a computer and completely covered it. There is speculation whether that white airbrush version is even legit. That a lot of people think that they're all counterfeits, which leads to a whole lot of controversy because the card graders refuse to grade whiteout ones. Now, there apparently has been a few examples of card companies that have graded those, but they think that they did it by accident, because the word is that these companies, PSA and the others, will send back the card to you and say this card is counterfeit. So people sell them on eBay, and they make a lot of money off of them, but a lot of them will even post on there, hey, this card could be counterfeit. Beckett recognizes it as a real card, but not the card grading services. So go figure. The card's worth quite a bit. You can find them on eBay. Then they came out with the cut cards, and the story is that Fleer took the F-face cards and they cut it with some kind of a saw, some kind of scissors, whatever, and they were gonna take it out later and throw them in the trash can. Well, those made it into packs as well. So there's a bunch of, actually I have two of them for some reason. And so those cut cards went out. They're not listed in the Beckett, and I'm not really sure why, except I have an idea. Okay, so I think they're pretty easy to counterfeit with the cuts. You can just take a stack of them and put it in like a little table, like a table saw, or whatever. I've seen them with the cuts in different places and some like really low cuts, so they're kind of inconsistent as far as that's concerned. But I don't know why someone would fake them, because they're taking a card that's worth like $20 and then cutting it. And here's the problem I have with these cut cards, is because some of the cut cards are actually cut from the black box cards as well. Why would they cut the black box card? If that was the corrected one, what would be the reason to put a cut mark in it? It's kind of a weird trivia card. Then there's ones that you can find on eBay that are just black and white. They're called the proof set cards, and those are just fake ones that someone made on the printer. I'm not really sure why people want to sell those or buy those. And then there's just a ton more variations, like where this little white line on the very top corner is like squiggly. You can go to a website. I think it's billyripken.com or billripken.com. It's a website dedicated just to different variations of this card, and it's just nauseating. You look at this, and there's all these different kinds of errors, and there's about 30 to 40 different variations of this card they claim. I don't think that's true. I mean, just because one card looks different than another doesn't mean it's an error. It just means that there's variations in like the print. Like, for instance, like you get little red ink spots sometimes. That's not a variation of the card. That's just an oops in the printing. So it's so tiring to look at all the different variations of the Billy Ripken. Most experts say there's about 10 different versions of the card. This website says there's like 30 to 40. I don't really know what to believe. I kind of want one of each, but I don't really have the money to get the whiteout card yet. I'm not going to buy some of the weirder ones. And that's it for the Billy Ripken card. I mean, the same year they had the Randy Johnson card where it had the Marlboro sign above his shoulder. They didn't want cigarettes to be seen by kids, because kids can't see that there's cigarettes. There's such a thing called cigarettes. So they actually blacked out the picture of the Marlboro ad. There's a few different variations of that, and those are also worth some money. I don't actually have one of those. But this actually brought some negative press to Fleer. But if anything, I think it helped them, become more popular, because the Billy Ripken, for instance, is definitely the Notorious, kind of the holy grail of error cards. It's not necessarily the most valuable either. It's just the most popular, probably. Hey guys, appreciate you watching. Hope you like and subscribe. We'll definitely do some more of these, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning in.